Hello, everybody. Just adjusting this a bit. Good morning. It is Saturday morning, June 30th. Tomorrow is Canada Day here in Canada. Um, a lot of people use it as a celebration or a reason to get drunk and party and stuff like that. When you have kids, you don't really do that, so we tend to do it as a way to just connect with our family, hang out, eat, and celebrate Canada Day, watch the fireworks. There's usually involved like food trucks or like treat type stuff. So that is what we're doing. Good morning, Amanda. So tomorrow's Canada Day. So one of my daughters has a friend who's going to come with us and partake in our family stuff. Here in Canada, a lot of people tend to party on Canada Day. If they go downtown, which I haven't, I tried to go downtown once when Rowan was a baby, and never, ever, ever, ever again. Because getting back by bus is crazy, and going down there by car is even crazier. Um, and it's just a reason to party, and everything's like way more expensive on Canada Day. Like you go to the restaurants or drinks, um, is just it's like going to the movie theater. Like you know how expensive pop and stuff is. It's like that down there, and hey, it's busy. Um, and by the time you get to the fireworks are beautiful and stuff like that. But by the time you get there, well, by the time fireworks happen, like they have porta pot, like the stores. There's not too many open. Well, there are some that open, and they're trying to sell you stuff. Expensive. Try finding bathrooms with toilet paper is like hard. Finding the porta potties with toilet paper is like impossible, especially by the time you get to fireworks. So it just gets disgusting. People are drinking, people are smoking, people are smoking pot. You know, people are peeing or throwing up because they're too drunk or whatever. Like it's just, yes, there's cops around and they clean it up. I honestly have not been down there in 17 years. So I think the last time was when Rowan was just a baby because I had a stroller and it was disgusting. Yeah, no. If you're young, it was fine. I went only downtown a couple of times, even as a young adult. And one time I went with a group and we lost them when we had to separate to go to find a washroom or whatever. And I didn't find them until the end. I'm like, what's the point of this? So we tend to do the stuff in the suburbs. Canada always has wonderful Canada Day celebrations, especially when the kids were young. They have a free section of like blow up castles and blow up climbing structures and stuff, and face painting and stuff. That's during the daytime. We used to go there and all the time and do that first, and then there's a fair that's there that it's not, well, it's not free, but it's by you buy the coupons. If you go today there to the fair, it's a bracelet day, so it's a cheaper day. Well, tomorrow it's the coupons, and then the lineups are crazy. So, but the kids, we've done that a few times, but the rides are like, I mean, they're fine for a fair, but if we're going to be spending that money, we'd rather go to like La Ronde, which is a Six Flags, or Canada's Wonderland. La Ronde is 2 hours away by train in Montreal. So you're going to spend a little bit more for that, but you're going to have much bigger rides, you know? So we tend to do that, and then they usually had um, a decent band. So they might have had a decent band from the 80s or 90s that have kind of like fallen out of popularity or something like that, or at least a good cover band that played that type of music. Yep, I did. I sent it. I sent it. I, He hasn't accepted it yet, but I sent him the $600. So I said, well, what would you like me to do? And he's like, actually, I could use it to put on the credit card or whatever. So I'm like, okay, there we go. He was quite happy. So I was like, yes, $600 I saved um, on groceries, six something, but I sent him 600 and he's going to use it. And next month, I'm doing also low spend, but not as low because it was a little bit, it was hard to get thing to make sure that we had things that he liked too, because he's like, because he didn't necessarily sign up for the low spend. I did, but he wants to have his things that he likes, like Chef Boyardee or whatever as a go-to thing, and we didn't have a a stock that we normally do. So I'll just make sure I get the things that his snacky stuff or his foods that he likes um, in the budget, because this time we were just using what we had, and we had already used up most of his stuff by grocery day. So, um, but that is how it is. Um, so what are you doing today, Amanda? So continue talking about Canada. So we're going to end up either going to Canada in Canada, or we're going to go to Canada in Stittsville, which is like 5 minutes further west. Um, we went there one year, a couple of years ago, and we liked it. Like, they also have bouncy castles and stuff. It's a smaller venue, um, and the bouncy castle stuff is done by like 4 or 5 o'clock. My kids are a bit too old for that part. Um, but they have, we looked online to the band, the music that they're playing, and the one in Canada was kind of mediocre. Like, yes, it's a cover band or whatever, but the the genre music was like and the one in Stittsville at least was a 80s 90s cover band, and last time they had more food trucks as well as a Tim Hortons food truck. But what we were going to do during the day is go swimming because it's going to be 42 degrees Celsius. Hey Google, what is 42 degrees Celsius?
42 degrees Celsius equals 107.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's going to be 107 with the humidity. I think it's 102 or whatever without the humidity. So it's going to be hot. So I think during the day we're going to go swimming and then find some place to go eat supper and then go to the fireworks. Because that's all that's kind of, but it's most important being together as a family. And then my daughter's friend has a friend coming. So, because she lives further out in the country and um, she's the only child, and they don't really do a lot of stuff. Like, there's nothing to do out there. So we said yes, she could come. Only thing is, my other daughter is not too fond of this girl, just because the girl tries hard. You know, just kind of sometimes people just rub you the wrong way or whatever. I don't know. She seems nice anyway, so it is what it is. Hey Jacob, good morning. how's it going? What are your plans for Canada Day, Jacob? Where do you get free cake from? And Amanda, what are your plans for 4th of July? I'm doing a live stream so I hope I can see some of my life. Somewhere in Nova Scotia. Okay. So does your city have a big Canada Day celebrations with fireworks and stuff? Coffee. I have Princess here sleeping. Because awesome. She has like sighed or snored or something. I was like, what's that noise? Sleepy kitty. Um, so today my plans are doing cleaning. Yay, fun. And hopefully doing a barbecue. And what else? If I yeah, I have to do cleaning. I have to finish putting the laundry away and clean the kitchen. Basically, the kitchen is so um, in such disarray. It really needs to be done. Um, so I was sharing that I sent hubby the $600 that I saved on groceries back to him and he's gonna put it on some bills and stuff. Well, I think credit card or that. Started my life. I will. I'll see what I can do. So, um, so I'm going to continue low spend month for July. I'm not going to have as tight of a budget of $200. I'm going to raise it to 300 to 400. I might keep it at 200, but I just want to have the buffer because I want to make sure that I get stuff that my family actually likes, but still continue to use stuff in the freezer. See, the problem is right now, some of the stuff that's in the freezer really needs some stuff from the store. So, to make a good meal, and I don't want to make a mishmash meal uh, with just random ingredients and pray for the best. I've done that before. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes, eh. So I'm going to extend my low spend month for July. Just raise my budget from 200 to 400 maximum, and that'll be good. Hey, puppy's breath, how's it going? But I sent my husband the $600 in an e-transfer. And he's like, well, why did you send us an e-transfer? We have a joint account. I'm like, I didn't think about that. So he will use that and put it towards credit cards, which is a nice chunk of change. He was happy. He was like, he reminded me because I mentioned that yesterday morning that I was good at that from the low spend month. And so he's happy. And then last night he goes, did you send me the $600? Like, oh no. So I sent it to him like on my phone in bed. He's like, why'd you do an e-transfer? You could just put it in the joint account. I'm like, because I didn't think about that. Anyways, I know. I'm like, it was 11 o'clock at night. And since both of our accounts, like we don't get charged for e-transfers, so it doesn't cost us anything. It just might take 24 hours for it to be accepted in the account, maybe, but I don't think so. I've accepted stuff, maybe because it's a larger amount. I don't know, but it'll be there. Or he can cancel the e-transfer, and um, I can just put it into the joint account. He's not up yet, so he will tell me what to do. But yeah, it's good. I'm like, um, so he was quite happy. So for next month, I'm also going to do low spend month, so I can hopefully save another $400 at least. Um, but that's going to be saved for a meat purchase. Princess, did you wake up? Yeah. Well, oh, apparently I have to move the computer. Well, I moved the computer and then you jump away. Fine. Uh, apparently I took too long. Um, so yes, he was happy with it, and so that's why I'm raising my budget next month to about $300 or $400, so that I can spend a little bit more on things that he likes, and uh, because that was the thing, was we were running low on his snacky stuff, or his like kind of convenience food stuff. We used it up, so I mean it's been being used, but there wasn't a stash there for when I wasn't home, or when he wanted, um, like if we actually ate, like last night. I made last night made sushi, um, and dumplings, and made it. I was full. Um, my Everyone was full. Jeff was still a bit hungry. Um, so he had. Did he have some leftovers or something? He had something else. Leftovers of something. And then we had our ice cream cones. But yes, and it was good. I took a video of that. That should be up at some point. I'm going to be editing my grocery haul video from last week. Today, I'm finally getting off my little camera. I made California roll, so the fake crab meat, cucumber rolls, and I made tuna rolls. I didn't use sushi grade tuna. I just used frozen tuna that I took the skin off and cut into strips and used it so it was raw tuna. Now, the difference between the sushi grade tuna and frozen tuna, it was wet, so it made the sushi roll a little bit wet. Like when I cut the strips, it was kind of falling apart, like flaking, which tuna's supposed to. It wasn't more solid. Now, making that and eating that raw right away is fine. Making that and eating it raw tomorrow, not good. So you have to do it the day of. The fake crab meat and the cucumber rolls you can make ahead of time. Um, but with the raw fish ones, uh, like even if you used sushi grade tuna, you might be able to keep it the next day in the fridge. But so it worked out fine, considering it cost me about $8 in total for everything. Uh, Definitely so much cheaper than the store. So and it's not comparable to the sushi restaurants, but it's better than the um, grocery store sushi. So there you go, right? Especially so I'm thinking next year for schools. I was doing really well. I got my little bamboo mat thing. I did it. I was doing really well. I'm like, I might make Abby and Rowan sushi for their lunches. Yes, well, it made three three rolls of the salmon, um, two rolls of the fake crab meat, and two of the cucumber. So the whole rolls, which made about 8 or 10 slices. Like, wait, I just ran out of sushi rice that I made. I would have made more. Like, I still have um, fake crab meat in the fridge. And I use just when you buy salmon in the portions, I just use 3 portions because it was me, Abby, and Jeff that like salmon. Defrosted it and then just cut into strips to put in there. Now I could have probably put a little bit less salmon in each roll, but I ran out of um, rice, so I'm like, well, stuff it with salmon. So they were quite big rolls. The salmon, I paid $1 per portion bag. Um, so that's $3. The fake crab meat was $2, let's say. So that's $5. The nori paper, the nori sheets, maybe $2, and so that's 7. And the cucumber, like I it was like about $8, maybe $9 for the cucumber and the rice, because I didn't use a whole bag of the sushi rice, which is also the Italian rice, the Cala Rose rice, sticky rice, and it turned out perfectly. So definitely under $10 for sushi, and everybody loved it. Like it got eaten. Now I was gonna make some beef ones for Rowan, but I ran out of the sushi rice, so I might make her some. We have still nori sheets and stuff. Um, so I might make sushi again. Um, maybe maybe today or tomorrow. We'll have to see if I have more of the sushi rice. Look, I used half a package that was opened, and I'm pretty sure I have a full bag somewhere, or another half bag. Because I tend to do that. I'm like, oh, I need sushi rice and buy a bag, and I forget I have half a bag. It could be done with regular rice too, but it just wouldn't be the same. Yeah, well, here the Italian rice, the Cala Rose rice, is not cheap. It's actually more expensive than the other bags of rice. Like it's more expensive than jasmine rice and stuff. Like a bag, pound, 2 pound bag, a 2 pound bag, is about $3. Like two something, $3. While the other, uh, yeah, maybe because it's the what if I want and bought the sushi rice too, it's even more expensive because probably gets the same as Palo Rose. So it's like two. It's about $3 for the bag. It's about 2 pound bag. Like it's like 290 or 280 something. Um, while I could get a 2 pound bag of jasmine rice for under $2. Actually, I could get the jasmine rice usually or basmati rice at the dollar store for a 2 pound bag for like $1.50. Right, princess? Yes. Apparently, I need to give her love. There, I can see her a little bit better. But yeah, California, I'm sure you could find like and making sushi. Okay, making sushi acceptable to be eaten is not hard. Making sushi how they do in the sushi restaurants is hard. Yeah, no donuts for me. Um, I'm thinking on my menu plan. I'm making big breakfast. So again, as that's what we normally have on Saturday. But I'm unsure if my family wants big breakfast. I'm still kind of stuffed from last night. No, another nut. You and your nuts, you girl. And of course, there's no scissors here today. So tomorrow's Canada Day. We will be um, spending time with the family. We have Rona has a friend coming to, well, gonna do swimming, and then either go to Canada Day in Canada or Canada Day at Stittsville. And we'll go out for supper, either at a restaurant or at the food trucks that are there. Right, princess? You got stuff in your eye. You got sleep there. There we go. It depends. I don't know what's there. Um, in years past, so if it's at Canada, there's usually a beaver tail or fudge food truck thing. There's usually a burger food truck. There's usually um, uh, a pizza one. It's like local businesses, food trucks. I'm unsure. The one that was in Canada, the one in Stittsville that we went to 2 years ago, itchy nose. That we went 2 years ago, we there was a barbecue like ribs and stuff food truck. There was a Tim Hortons food truck that served coffee, and then there was a poutineery food truck, and um, the local Lions Club or something like that. Yeah, I think it was the local Lions Club was selling hot dogs and hamburgers for like a couple bucks. And the celebrations they have like these free, well during the daytime if you go, it's better for small kids now. My kids are a bit bigger, like the free bouncy castles and like the climb up bouncy runs and stuff like that, and um, face painting. Um, they have like face painting for free, or like there was free or cheap, like so that like you get something like these things you can get for free, and if you want something else like a whole face painted, it was for like a few bucks. So, oh, somehow my computer's unplugged. Um, but my kids are now older, so those things are not. Once we swing, what we're going to do afterwards, because if it's going to be 42 degrees Celsius, which is 107 Fahrenheit, it's going to be freaking hot. So we have to make sure we have lots of sunscreen and lots of hydrate. That's where we're going to go swimming first. Yeah, today, well, it's supposed to be 30, 38 to 40 without the Humidex. Amanda's here too. Yeah, I'm unsure. She might be away from keyboard. She might be driving or. So I just stopped by on Jacob's channel. He's doing a live stream of gaming. I was saying, stop by to. YouTube is doing away with private messages. Is it okay to message you? Yep. Why did Google? Yep, yeah, no problem. Yeah, why are they doing away with private messages? Hey Google. Stop. Hey Google. Stop. Hey Google. What the hell? No, I think it's my child. That's her. Babadum dum 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 dum. Hey Google. Unplug the darn thing. Yes. I think she's trying. So the problem is we have four Googles. One, no, wait. One, two, three, four. Five Googles in the house. And they all have different names. And she could be trying to play it on hers, but sometimes, since it's kind of. I'm loud, so sometimes I set off her Google telling my Google to do something. It's hilarious. Counting the dungeon Google. Who I'm like, where's Steve when I'm yelling at my Google? Igor Google, yes. It's like Frankenstein or possessed. Ghostbusters. I need an exorcist of Google. Yes. Google is sexting Siri. uh, we don't have any Apple devices, so that's for Siri. We did pick up. My husband tried an Alexa. Oh my goodness, who's gonna play something on my thing here? Oh, I'm turning off the TV. Okay. Okay, someone's really messing up. And Abby is up. Hey Google. Hey Google. Stop. Okay. Hey Google. Yes, it's going to be an earworm in everybody's ear now. I turned off the TV because this morning while I was having my coffee, I was waking up. I Chromecast YouTube channels that I like to watch on the TV while I'm editing videos. So I still had it on. So I'm unsure. That sounds more like my husband trying to bug me versus Abby, but that's Abby's song. So I'm unsure who is bugging me. True. That song will be stuck in your head. And it has a good beat too. But it's like it's annoying. So what are your plans for 4th of July? Since you guys, of course, don't celebrate Canada Day. Rubber ducking, barking dogs, jingle bells. Yes. Well, my husband, for his ringtone, I don't know if it's still on, but it was on a few weeks ago, still had Donald Duck Christmas carols as his ringtone. So it was like Donald Duck singing some sort of Christmas carol. Yeah. Well, see, usually about July and August, we actually put um, Christmas stuff on our phones to annoy other people. But his was still on his phone from last Christmas. He definitely remembers when it's his phone ringing. Mine, I have ACDC, Thunderstruck, I think, or Hell's Bells. One of them I have as my ringtone. I switch it back and forth. That way, I know it's my phone. Yes, that is one thing that we have. And Jeff is much more funny than I am. Actually, honestly, I don't think I had much of a sense of humor before meeting Jeff, because um, like I liked slapstick comedy, like the Three Stooges, that type of comedy, or situational comedy, like oh no, he's gonna fall, um, and that. So, um, but my husband's much more funnier, and I've acquired some of his sense of humor. But yeah, we just had Google going off in various spots. Hey, Metrosonic, yes, long time no see. How's it been going with you? My daughter's favorite character from Sonic was Sonic the Hedgehog. It's really hard to find like characters and stuff like that from. Cause she liked the blue guy. Spend time with family and being consistently on the channel, providing new mix of content with new equipment. Awesome, Metro. So, are you in the States, Metro? Do you have plans for 4th of July? Or if you're in Canada, plans for Canada Day? 8K recordable sunglasses I purchased almost a month ago. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I will have to check it out. Recordable sunglasses. So, what are your plans for the weekend? What are you guys doing today? I don't have nothing planned. One thing, we do different time with family on the 4th of July. Yes, we do the same thing here in Canada for Canada Day, which is tomorrow. It's a family day. So we are planning to go swimming at the outdoor pool. One of my daughters has invited a friend to go, and we're going to go and eat supper out somewhere, either a food truck or a restaurant, and then do the Canada Day celebrations either here in Canada or in Stittsville, which is about 5 minutes away. Found the brisket to smoke tomorrow. Yay! Yum, yum, yum. We were talking about brisket yesterday. Now I want brisket. Because I'm putting more. Awesome, Metro. Yeah, I've been doing some live streams, and I've been doing my challenge this month for June was a low spend month. So I've been doing lots of stuff of trying to keep my spending on groceries down and using stuff we have in the house. And for July, I'm doing the same, just increasing my budget a little bit, but I managed to save over $600 on groceries this month, so I resent it back to hubby to put on bills. So next month, I'm hoping to save another 400 or so that I can save to put towards purchasing a meat order in the fall. Found the brisket this one. Yes. Oh, I figured that with when you mentioned the 4th of July. Yes, I'm in Canada. Jacob's in Canada. Puppy Breath is in California, and Amanda is in. Oh, I get this wrong. Minnesota? No, not Minnesota. Is Minnesota? My brain just went blank. Minnesota. Starts with an M. Minneapolis. Minneapolis, I believe. I like the way you're vids and live streams on cooking and budgeting along with everything else. Yeah, well, I'm trying, and with the videos, um, I will be having some once I've finished editing them. The problem is getting them edited, and sometimes my computer crashes, and I have to restart it. So it takes to do a short video. It takes a long time. Hi, NG. You hate it in Canada? Depends on where you live. Some places can be um, not as fun, especially if you don't have a car. Waterloo. Okay, well, hey, I'm in Ontario too. I'm in there. I'm in Canada, which is the west end suburb of Ottawa. Why is it horrible? I have a friend who moved to the Waterloo Kitchener area, and she liked it, but her husband works for the university. Went grocery shopping yesterday and cooked dinner while I created a new video. Oh, awesome! What did you cook for dinner, Metro? As I'm always interested about food. Oh, well, you are in a university city, and well, yeah, your Canada's version of lots of crime is nothing compared to the U.S. version of lots of crime, and the crime that we have is like vandalism or stealing from your cars type crime, not gun related crime. Where is Mount Forest? I used to follow some YouTubers from there. Okay, I live in Oklahoma, but I'm born in Chicago for 50 years. Yeah, Chicago has a lot of crime I've seen. Well, NJ from Waterloo. Um, you can always move. Yeah, what it's usually Waterloo Kitchener is it, like they say the Waterloo Kitchener area because the borderline of the cities, um, it's kind of blended, and the university like one side, one side is more more crime, and the other side it's kind of like the wrong side of the tracks versus the right side of the tracks or whatever, but comparable to the states, our crime is not much. But yes, I've heard that. I think it's in Waterloo area that there's more crime than Kitchener, or vice versa. I'm unsure. Hey Google, which side of Waterloo Kitchener has more crime, Waterloo or Kitchener?
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help.
Yeah. Hey Google, volume up. What is the crime rate of? Hey Google. Hey Google, what is the crime rate of Waterloo?
My apologies. I don't understand.
Hey Google, what is the crime rate of Waterloo?
Sorry, I'm not
Eh,
sure how to help.
Google doesn't like to know. Yeah, Google's tired. It got tired playing that silly song. Cook some steaks. Ooh, broccoli, green beans, and baked beans. I like all those things. My family, though, doesn't like green beans. There's just something with. They like beans, like kidney beans and stuff, but they don't like green or yellow beans. They're weird. Hey Google, where is Mount Forest?
Mount Forest, Ontario NOG is 410 kilometers away.
It's 410 kilometers away from me. Never heard of it. Hey Google, volume up. Crime violence in my hometown, Chicago. Stay away from the south side. It's raised on the north and the east side. Much safer there. Well, that's what I've heard is that Chicago is like the crime capital. Chicago and Detroit are like the crime capitals of the states. There. Um, my friend that moved here is from Chicago too. She's I guess from I don't know what side, but like not the part that has a lot of crime. So she goes and visits them, and she's like, yeah, you know, she doesn't go to the bad side of Chicago, but she has family that's still in Chicago or maybe just outside of Chicago because and she lived here. She married a Canadian and has a family and has lived here for 15 years or so. No, no, no. She lives just outside of Ottawa here. Um, she's always lived in the country because she has a big house and property in that. No, the one that moved is like my adult BFF. Our kids were like BFFs, and we became BFFs, and now she's moved. Don't see her as often, but we talk on the phone and text and stuff like that. So, and when we get together, it's like there hasn't been time apart. So, I just wish she lived closer. Or basically, what I need to do is I need to get my license and get a car. or rent a car so I can visit versus having to rely on rides. Country. So far I've seen she's been doing good. Some of her ducks that she had, I haven't seen her on the live streams lately. Some of the ducks that she's had, um, hatched. The eggs that from that power outage she had hatched. Not all of them, but she's another YouTuber. I'm just gonna see if I can pop and find her. And new message. There. I just sent her a message on Facebook. She might be busy. She's been busy with the ducks and stuff like that. Focusing on my fiber, a diet by with my training in martial arts for a very long time. Ninjutsu studied by my older cousin, manager plus the martial arts as well. Concentrating on your fiber, like you try and eat lots of fiber in your diet. On live streams, a lot. Yes, I think she's just been busy with. Okay. Yeah, Jasmine's just a fellow YouTuber. She's a great lady. She lives close to me. Well, she's about an hour, maybe an hour and a half away. She raises ducks and chicks and raises puppies of certain breeds. She's a quite a nice lady. I still have family there in Chicago, Oklahoma, Texas, Mississippi, Tennessee, just everywhere. Well, that means you have some place to visit. It gives you a reason to travel. See, most of my family lives here in Canada or in the Iowa area. I do have an aunt that my dad's sister who lives in Homestead, Florida. And supposedly there's a bunch of his cousins or that or family down in Bahamas, but I don't know them. So then he passed away last year, so there's not really a lot of. Well, I've never been to the Bahamas other than I went on a cruise and I stopped. Like the Carnival cruise had an island in the Bahamas or whatever, and stopped there. So not been to the actual Bahamas. So NJ, what do you do in Waterloo area? Do you work or go to school? seems to be quiet today. So what type of videos would you like to see coming from my channel? There's a question for you. Would you like to see more cooking videos, or um, more live streams, more um, do you like watching the grocery hauls and the school lunch videos? More vlogs? More, or what, or something, just something different? Because I try and do quite a variety of different videos, because that's just who I am. I do a lot more cooking videos, but the cooking videos sometimes take time, and it's hard to always video while you're cooking, because I don't have a professional setup or that. Oh my. But videos for you guys to look forward to that should be up is there's going to be a couple of vlogs for my low spend month of what we ate, of some of the things that we ate, because I didn't always get pictures. I'm getting more fiber in my system, so I won't be feeling any pain. Awesome. Yes, because I was wondering about fiber. I'm like, how is that helpful? Getting more fiber, eating fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, um, are all great things for adding more fiber. Eating less processed stuff, so making from scratch. I can see that as being good for your diet or your health. Oh my allergies are going crazy. You love to travel. Ah, yes, me too. I just wish we had more of a budget to travel and more time too. But we travel about once a year, give or take. But do you travel outside of the U.S.? You should really check out coming to Canada sometime. You probably best in the summertime, unless you like snow. And then if you do like snow, we have a lot of places here in Canada that has great downhill skiing, and other winter activities. But in Canada, in the summertime, pretty much anywhere is just like the States in the summertime. Like today, not today, tomorrow we're supposed to go up to 107 Fahrenheit, um, with the humidex, and about 100 degrees without it. So we just go from 40 degrees Celsius in the summer to, which is only a few days of the summer, it's usually about 30, um, to minus 40 in the winter sometimes. And then usually it's only about minus 20 in the winter. So we go from one extreme to the other. But, well, it's 10 o'clock, and I should get going and start making the big breakfast and get everything going and start my day. But it's been wonderfully chatting with you guys, and I hope you continue looking at my videos, and look forward to the grocery haul video that will be up by the end of today. I can guarantee it. So, have a great day. See you next time. Bye, friends.